Board gamers, assemble! In this Roll for Crit playback, we're going to be playing Sentinels of the Multiverse.
That's right, in this superhero comic book inspired card game, we're going to be working together as different superpowered heroes trying to vanquish evil. But will we triumph?
Find out in the next issue, or just watch this video. I'm Will Keeler.
I'm Jonathan Estes, and this is Roll for Crit Playback. All right, we're going to be taking on Grand Warlord Voss today. I am Legacy.
I am playing as the Inhuman Tempest.
I am the Visionary.
Nice.
Thanks.
He starts with these 3 minions, so we got to worry about. So this guy is just making it harder to hurt any villain. This one's immune to psychic damage, and at the end of the turn, he's going to deal each hero 2 psychic damage. Okay, so we're each going to start with 2 damage right off the bat.
Yeah, that's pretty bad. I just don't see how I'm going to win with any of the cards in my hand. Oh.
Come on, guys. Let's get it together. We're heroes.
I'm going to play this next to him. So what that does is, whenever the target deals damage, I may redirect that damage to another target.
So if you deal to itself, it takes 6 damage a turn. Because it's its own attack, plus a 3 damage you're dealing it, and then 3 damage to yourself.
Yeah, so I'm going to do that.
That's pretty good. So I'll play Heroic Interpretation, and Interception, excuse me. I interpreted the card incorrectly.
Yeah.
So I deal myself 3 melee damage. I know, it's really bad. Other than me, you guys are going to be immune to damage for the next round. So, and then I'll use my power, so for your turn, actually until the start of my next turn, everybody's damage is +1.
And I'm going to use my power, which deals 1 damage to all non-hero targets. I'm going to deal 1 to each of them.
Okay.
And 4 to him.
Because he's your rival?
Yes.
Nemesis.
And Nemesis plus he's the highest HP.
Got it.
Primordial Plant Life. When this card enters play, each hero may destroy 1 of their ongoing cards. Deal any hero that destroys an ongoing card 2 toxic damage. Deal any hero that doesn't destroy an ongoing card 4 toxic damage.
Oh my god.
Aren't we immune to damage?
Oh, that's true. I'm gonna die around 3.
Oh no.
We might have to refilm this. Now, villains happen again of first start of turns, which is...
That.
I'm gonna redirect it.
To itself?
Yeah.
You deal 3 damage to it and to yourself. Both of them are boosted by 1, but you negate all damage to yourself, so then it takes an additional 4. So it takes a total of 6 damage.
Our new friend is a device, the Quark Drive Translocator.
Of course.
So, as long as that's out, if a minion comes out, and something else comes out with it.
Okay, that's awful.
Yeah. None of these are good.
I'm gonna hit everything for 2 damage.
Okay.
Yep.
Oh, nice.
Yep.
So you just killed 3 of those
That's
things.
dead. He's immune to psychic.
Oh.
And that's dead.
I'm gonna play Fortitude, which I badly need. Reduces damage dealt to me by 1.
Okay.
It's better than nothing.
Yes.
And I'll use my power again.
Alright. So my turn. I'm gonna hit the Stalwart.
The Stalwart.
For 8 damage.
Okay.
It's a lot of damage.
Yeah.
It's dead. No?
Yes.
It is.
Because that's 9 on it.
Oh, no, it needs
That's
1
17.
more.
What, 17?
Yeah.
Because it has 18.
Oh, right.
I'll redirect damage to it.
No, it's fine.
It'll die anyway.
Because then I'm gonna use my power.
Oh.
Deal 1 damage to everything.
Oh.
1 more there, 1 more there, and this is dead.
Alright, so now I feel like we're looking pretty good. Except for me.
Yeah, except for the fact you just got like...
I'm halfway dead.
This is destroyed. Yeah.
There are healing cards in here. Not a ton, but maybe we should start letting me draw more.
Okay, I'll start trying to...
Well, I know I have one that lets everyone heal like it's rain, but I don't know how many there are.
Yeah, we both need to get to our healings.
Okay. So now...
Yeah.
Did you get a healing card?
Uh-huh.
Oh, see?
Alright.
We're gonna be great.
Alright, well...
I can't deal any damage this turn.
I've been getting like no damage dealing cards. It's really
That's
bad.
fine, just build up until you don't have to worry about...
Jonathan, dig for your healing card if you want.
Thank you!
Yes.
2 and discard 1, right?
Yeah, 2 and discard 1.
So it's Inspiring Presence. So everybody heal 1.
Okay.
Congrats. I feel so much better. And I'm going to use my power, so now on your guys' next 2 turns, your damage is going to be up by 2.
All right.
All right.
I have 2 options.
Yeah.
I can A, heal everyone for 2,
Okay. Great, do it.
or B, wipe the field.
I feel like wiping the field will be better. No?
Yeah, wiping the field will be better.
All right, then I'm going to play Electrical Storm. At the start of my turns, I deal 1 damage. Each non-hero 1 damage. 3 to this. 3 to this. And then 6 to him minus 2.
Yep. So
Right. 4.
Yes.
Comic books are very popular.
Oh, yeah.
Superheroes are a big thing. We both love them. Sentinels of the Multiverse is somewhat unique as a card game in that it is based on no real superpowered thing in particular.
And this game did come out a lot before like the legendary DC deck building games.
Yes,
right?
it was pre that era.
The first edition, I should say.
Correct. And what it does really is it creates its own universe, literally.
Multiverse, you'd say?
Yeah, multiple verses. It has a whole lore to it, and that's one of the things is when you're looking at the cards that even though you can see issue numbers and quotes.
Right, which is really cool. It really does try to say as if this was something like an already well-established DC or like it doesn't give you a comic in there to handheld you. It's just like, oh yeah, you know, this is from Tempest's Downfall, issue number 36.
Right, which is really cool. There's definitely, it's not really a parody of superhero games, but there are certainly some heroes that are clearly stand-ins for, this is kind of the Hulk guy, this guy's sort of a...
The Superman, the Batman, but
some of them are amalgams.
They sort of do that to, Marvel and DC have tended to sort of do that to each other sometimes.
That's true in a way, yeah. But it's also cool because even though like we love Legendary, and of course it would be cool to have, it's cool to see your favorite characters that you know and love, but I don't think there's really another superhero card game that is fully cooperative and makes you as much really feel like you are that hero. You really feel like, oh, I have these characters' powers. They have a certain synergy with these cards that you want to try and get out. They have different combos and different specialties. Like some might be more on the healing side. Some are all damage. Different types.
Unlike, I'd say, playing the Crisis from DC or Legendary, both mostly cooperative. Those you just feel, okay, in this we're going to play and just get powerful as hell. This, in my mind, plays more like an RPG kind of style. Like, I'm going to be playing more of a healer role. I'm going to be playing more of a tank role.
Yeah, absolutely. And like before a game, you kind of want to make sure you have maybe a decent mix of types in there. But the game itself, it's pretty. I feel like if you've ever played, any of these gamer card games, you have cards with actions on them. You're playing them. Maybe one of the things I think that separates it out of the gate is that there is no currency. Your currency is just 1 card per turn, which is sort of like as a change of pace because you're not worried about money or mana or what have you. You're really the big thing that you're struggling with, I think, in this game is draw power. You're only drawing 1 card per turn, and you're only playing 1 card per turn, so your decisions matter.
Right.
You have to make sure you're doing the right thing.
And pretty much what's going to happen is you're going to have to decide, do I have time to play this card, which won't trigger now, but maybe at the start of each of my turns, or do this one-time hit so I can get rid of this thing? Right.
It's often a short game versus long game decision, and
I mean, obviously, it depends what's on the field too,
and how many players you have, and who's doing what at any given time. It's also a pretty good. The cooperative element is pretty strong. There's definitely a lot of. I think it does a really good job of, there's certainly no alpha gamer, and I also don't feel like it feels like, oh, it doesn't matter what I do, or I'm completely separate. You are often discussing with each other, hey, I have this card, should I do this?
I'll take the damage this turn, this way I have the least amount of life, so I won't hit the next one, or things like that.
Yeah, which is
like,
really
there was a time when we actually stopped and like, okay, we need to actually calculate how everything will work out. To make sure you're the one who got the T-Rex damage.
Right.
There is a lot more to the, not just fighting insert villain name, there's an environment deck.
Right.
And to me, that's really interesting, and might be, I think, where Legendary should go next. Maybe not as much more heroes and villains, but maybe something that spices up more than just street, bridge, road.
No, it is very interesting because, most games you just have a deck of villains. This one you have a deck of villains and the environment, which is usually bad, but sometimes you could use it to your advantage.
Yeah, because a lot of times they don't specify hitting only heroes usually. So if there's a lot of villains, they could get hurt by it just as much as you could.
Yeah, it also gives you more opportunity for variety because, well, you've maybe fought this villain before, but in this environment, it's a bit of a different twist.
You may have fought the Space Lord, but have you fought him with dinosaurs?
Exactly, and it's just thematically, it's cool to have a change of pace that way. You kind of feel like you're doing something different.
The other thing is, I mean, this isn't that big of a thing, but it's sort of interesting in the sense of for them designing the game. You don't have the boss and choose some random minions. They're always with the same minions, so they really are designed to work against you.
Yeah, the boss always have their own fixed deck, so they're very synergized with themselves. But also by the same token, you can prepare more if you've played them before, because you will know exactly what could come out and when. Well, maybe not when, but when it might come out.
Right.
I'm going to play Cleansing Downpour. Now, as a power, which I'm going to use now, every hero heals 2.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
As a power, that's pretty good.
Yeah, I'm going to be doing that for now on.
That's what we need, baby. So right now we have no villains in play.
Well, Raptors.
That's environment. I don't count them as villains. It's great. All right, then we're done, right, Mark?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, visionary.
Yeah. So, hi, I'm Visionary here.
Can you take out those Raptors?
So yeah, I can back fist strike the Raptors.
So they wouldn't bit you, and then you're just like,
Boosh. Back fist? Like that?
So
it's like.
So yeah, you kill him.
Oh, okay.
You ever see the Minecraft parody song?
Sure, love that song. So
Eye of the Spider. Just think of that.
all right, so that's dead, and then of course I will use my famous power.
Okay, so I deal 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 damage to him.
All right, solve the environment. Oh, Raptors are back.
Field Lieutenant Tamar.
Okay.
Hate that guy.
Yeah.
The valiant never tastes death but once.
Maybe not the best reading of that quote. But it's fine. Okay, so many of my cards are deal myself damage. I'm clearly meant to take the damage.
I'm trying to heal you.
Yeah. I don't have any heals.
But I'm like, I can't.
I am still going to play Shielding Winds. So if any one of us would take damage, 5 or more damage from a source, reduce it by 2.
Oh,
so if you play yours,
mine is specific to me, but it's reduced by 3.
Well, then if we can redirect 5 damage to you, you won't take any damage.
Yeah, that's pretty
good.
awesome.
That sounds like it'd be good. Which feels really
Raptors!
good.
Raptors.
What's up, Raptors?
Alright. So
Get Chris Pratt in here. Where is he?
Volcanic Eruption.
Oh.
At the start of the environment turn, deal each target, so everything, 7 fire damage.
But that's okay. It's not the start of the environmental thing, though.
Right.
Yeah. So we have a turn to
We have a chance. Yeah, I could prepare for that if we survive.
Well, if we survive, because think about it, that nukes all of those things. Anyways, he flips.
Yep.
He is now back to being whatever he was, the conquering alien warlord.
Yep. Way different than whatever he was before.
Why is warlord so hard for me to say?
I don't know.
Warlord.
Lore ward. A lore ward is like a low-level ranking, like scribe in medieval times that knows a lot of interesting stories, but doesn't know enough yet.
I want to be a lore ward.
Yeah.
Are we gonna die? Are we gonna die right now?
I think we might die.
It's not yet.
So maybe I should skip my turn?
Well, what if?
Well, no, because then you don't get your psychic. I think Jonathan just skipped his turn,
Okay.
because then I'm going to wipe almost all of them out. Unless you really...
Well, I really want to play the thing to take damage away from.
No, because that by
If you
skipping your
skip
turn, you get rid of that.
Oh, that's not gonna
Yeah.
happen at all.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
worse.
it gets rid of it and puts out obsidian fields. Cerebral hemorrhage.
It sounds painful.
Yeah, so I deal 3 targets 2 psychic damage, but another because of that, right?
Yep.
Yep, so I'll kill the raptors.
You want to do? Oh, he's gonna be like a use.
I'm gonna kill him.
Oh, that makes a big difference for me.
Yep, and then I'm gonna hit him for 3.
At the start of my turn, I'm choosing lightning, because none of them are immune to lightning, right?
No.
All right, I deal 3 damage to each of them. So gone.
I think they're all gone.
Yeah.
Yep, and gone.
All right, so T-Rex just took a bite out of Grand Warlord Voss. I told you, that's our pet.
Yeah.
How much health does now Voss have left?
8.
He's dead.
Yeah.
We're gonna kill him.
Let's try this. All right, let's see.
Should I back fist strike him or thock him?
Please thock him.
I'm gonna thock him.
That doesn't sound.
Thock! So Dylan's 1, 3, plus these 2 is 5, so...
He's pretty dead.
He's been thocked.
In this game, one of the cool things, and I really would love if they somehow added this into Legendary, is that certain villains and heroes are nemesis to each other. So they hurt each other more, which turned out to be really good for my character because I had a card that dealt damage every turn for free. And he's my nemesis, so I was just zapping him every single turn.
And which is just another layer of theme. I think all that stuff adds up to actually feeling like it's a comic book and it's your fight, which is really cool.
Except you took the final.
I stole it out right.
It's Mr. Superman.
But this game is, at least in our experience, pretty hard. I don't know if.
Oh yeah.
But I don't know. Maybe it's been a while since we played it before this show. So maybe we're just better at games now.
I also don't think this is the first time I can recall us actually being like, okay, we need a healer. We need even though we said we usually were just like, oh, I want to try vision this turn. I want to try
a little bit. Yeah, this is definitely a game where I think you gotta have somebody who can heal. It's really important. Also, even though things will adjust for number of heroes, I do think you really need at least 3, and I think even no matter what, the more people you have, probably the better off you are, because having more heroes to bounce off of is going to help you always, I think. The one thing about the game that always kind of bugs me is what you were talking about before when we had to do all that calculating, is there's all these little tokens with your damage, and then there's a lot of cards will have effects about you're immune to this kind of damage, you do this much extra damage or don't.
I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if we were to watch the video and we actually found out that we actually dealt too much damage to something, or too little, or we took too much damage.
Yeah, because there's just a lot to keep track of, and even especially if you have more players, even with just 3, and everyone has different ongoing effects, it's very easy to forget about them, to miscalculate a couple of numbers here and there.
They do have a digital version, so
that is right, which I think would be a great solution for that problem. It's not game breaking by any means, but it certainly can be a pain.
Right. The one problem I would have with the game, my biggest gripe, is one that they've already technically solved, so it's not that big of a deal. But when you buy the base game, you're getting only 4 supervillains. 2 at level 3, 2 at 1. So you're gonna go through them pretty quickly.
No, I definitely agree. There's a decent selection of heroes in the base, but
there's like 10, I think.
Something around there. But even with that, this was one game where I really felt like
you needed expansion.
Quickly, I was ready for the next set. As far as just the base went, I felt like they could have put in I wish they had a few more options in there.
But luckily, that's not an issue anymore. I mean, and not only that,
expansion.
I'm pretty sure the final expansion did come with a box that is designed to hold everything. And what I do like a lot is what they do, which, as far as I know, only very few have done. I only think I can think of it, the Smash Up Big Geeky box. You know, it has a box, open it, dividers, with the picture of the character, so you can be like, okay, that's Unity, that's this character, that's this. I have to say, I feel Tempest is just so good to have around. I played the character this turn, and I just find a lot of his abilities, the healing a turn and dealing damage a turn. I think he's such good utility for all the other characters. Like, how much health do you think I took off from us?
A lot. I think Legacy is actually similar. I think I didn't quite get as many of his healing cards out, but I think he's another one where, like, by the end of the game, I was immune to so much damage that it was like just really great, and he's definitely one of the better ones. I think I remember really liking Raw.
Overall, I do think though, if you're into the superhero industry, this is definitely one you gotta have on your shelf. I think it does. You could argue it does probably best superhero game out, one of the best out there.
In terms of just actually straight up, if you want the theme of feeling like a superhero, I think this one does it better than any of the other
ones. We love Legendary and stuff, but even this thing is able to stand on its own without the obvious 5-year-old comic book hero you've been watching since.
Yeah, 5-year-old. You mean 60-year-old?
60-year-old one you've been watching since you're 5-year-old.
Right. Yeah, no, it's really great, and the art style is very comic booky. I don't love the art, to be honest, but I like it.
I like is it's unique. It makes it, why not? You see the artwork, you can sort of be like, I recognize it, and it's not done so much that it's like, oh, this literally looks like a Batman.
Yeah, no, that's for sure. I think it's just my personal taste, like the style. It's not crazy about it, but it's well done. All the quotes and the flavor text are really fun. Even the names of the cards is fun. So in that respect, it's really also a great one, I think, to introduce to people just as an introduction to co-op games or just card games in general.
Yeah, honestly.
Easy to teach. So Sentinels of the Multiverse, great name, great game. We're fans. So check that out if you haven't. If you have played it, I would love to hear about your experiences.
Who's your favorite hero?
That's right. Which expansion do you think is the best?
Is there a must?
Yeah, are there must buys? Do you hope they make more?
Or I guess, I'm sure everyone say is a must, but a first buy, I think is the...
That would be a good question. Or any that you don't like, even. Or anything else about the game, or if you have a suggestion for another game you want to see us play, you could leave a comment here on YouTube.
And of course, please don't forget to subscribe. It's what the heroes would do.
That's exactly right. You'll save the world one click at a time. You could also check us out on Twitter at Roll4Crit, or Instagram, Facebook, several other places that you can find. Phone booths?
Yeah, because they're changing outfits.
Okay. Yeah,
and of course, where could they go to buy some of those expansions?
Oh, probably Roll4Crit.com, where we sell Sentinels of the Multiverse, its expansions, and several other superhero-themed games and others. Plus, you can find more links to reviews and videos just like this one. It's cool.
But until then, tune in to our next episode. I'm Will Keeler.
I'm Jonathan Estes, and this has been Roll4Crit Playback.
Look, it's a bird, it's a plane, it's the Roll4Crit Playback. This is not the podcast you need, but the one you deserve. The Roll4Crit Playback. With great power comes great board game podcasts. With great board gaming comes great videos, and this is no exception. On this Roll4Crit Playback, we're going to be playing Sentinels of the Multiverse. I'm Batman. I was born in the board. On this Roll4Crit Playback, we're going to be playing Sentinels of the Multiverse.
Yeah, in this Super Howard... I tried so hard.
All right. Count me off, I gotta do one.